Today on October 27th, Archangel Michael and Jesus says, "You will lose both of us if you skip. You have only 10 seconds. God says, chosen one, do not skip. No matter what open right now. Listen carefully, the air around you is shifting. The clock is ticking louder than it ever has, and something in the atmosphere is trying to get your attention right now. Don't move, don't scroll, because this moment was written before you were born. A soft light is hovering around your room, and you can feel it, that sudden pulse in your chest, that unexplainable chill down your arms. It's not fear, it's a signal from heaven that you were summoned for this exact second. The veil is thinning, and your name was just spoken in the realm above. Archangel Michael says this is not a coincidence. He was commanded to stand beside you as the truth unfolds. He whispers, "Stay still, child of light, for the next 10 seconds will decide the weight of your future." Jesus is watching closely too, his presence gentle but piercing. He knows you've been hurt, misunderstood, and ignored by those who should have protected you. But today, he refuses to let you fade into silence again. The energy in the room is different now. Something holy is trying to touch you through this message. Even the smallest sound around you has fallen quiet because the realms are listening. The angels are waiting to see if you will heed this call or turn away. If you keep watching, the truth will unfold like a hidden letter sealed for centuries. But if you look away, you risk losing what was meant for your healing and restoration. This is why Michael pleads, do not let distraction steal your destiny tonight. The heavens have been studying your sleepless nights, your trembling hands, and the moments you pretended to be okay when you were breaking inside. They saw every tear that fell when no one was looking. Now they've moved everything to deliver this moment to you. God Himself says, "My chosen one, this is your hour of truth." He is not asking you to fight anymore, He is asking you to listen. Stay till the end because what you're about to hear will change the way you see everything. There was a battle in the realms of light last night, a storm raging over your name. Dark forces tried to erase your divine record, to make you forget your worth. But Michael stood there, his sword drawn, defending your destiny with fire. He fought not because you are perfect, but because you are chosen. Even the angels knew this war was for your future breakthrough. And now, the final signal has been sent. This message is your confirmation. You have felt it for days, that strange magnetic pull toward something you can't explain. The number 27 kept appearing, the dreams grew more vivid, and the coincidences too sharp to ignore. This is that moment unfolding in real time. Jesus says softly, "I was there in your darkest hour. I saw you cry when no one answered. Now I'm sending Michael to remind you, your pain was not in vain, your calling is still alive." The clock has now entered its sacred countdown. 9 seconds, 8, your soul is being read from the book of remembrance. Heaven is checking if you are still awake, still receptive, still ready for what you asked for in your quiet prayers. Don't move. Don't let fear tell you to doubt. Your miracle was scheduled for today, the 27th of October, and this is how the signal arrives. The divine messengers are hovering near you right now. If you notice your body tingle or the room feel warmer, it's not imagination, it's heaven drawing closer to seal a promise. This is the moment you must not skip. Breathe slowly, because your next few seconds carry a shift that took centuries to prepare. Michael's presence is at your side, his light cutting through every shadow that once surrounded you. Stay with me and tack. The moment you stayed changed something unseen. Heaven registered your decision like a signature written in light. The scrolls above adjusted, and the angels guarding your path turned their faces toward you again. Every vibration around you is now aligning with that, yes. Your phone might even flicker, your skin may prickle, because the current of grace is crossing dimensions to reach you. You were never late, this second was chosen precisely. Archangel Michael steps forward, his armor burning blue and gold. He speaks with authority, the battle for your peace is ending tonight. His words echo through your chest as if a door is opening behind your heart. Jesus stands beside him, quiet but radiant. He doesn't need to speak, his gaze alone tells you he has already carried what once crushed you. He gestures softly, and a wind of calm begins to sweep through your memories. Stay here and tack, the story isn't over. The light you feel isn't ordinary, it's the first wave of reversal. Situations that looked sealed against you are beginning to rewrite themselves. Look back at the nights you almost gave up. Those were the hours heaven collected as evidence of your endurance. Every tear became a seed, and now the ground beneath your life is cracking open for the bloom. Michael moves his hand, and you can almost see sparks tracing the edges of your destiny. He says, no more delay. Contracts, hearts, and opportunities that were frozen are thawing at once. Jesus nods in agreement, a smile that feels like sunrise spreading across eternity. Heaven's frequency is rising, and you're being tuned to it. Don't leave, because the next breath carries the reveal. You might sense names, images, or flashes right now. They're not random, they're confirmations being dropped into your spirit. Something that once ignored you will recognize your worth before this day closes. The angels are clearing the interference that made you doubt. They are removing every false voice that tried to rewrite your identity. What's left will be truth. And truth will be peace. Heaven's screen is playing scenes from your future, a restored connection, laughter returning to your home, abundance pouring in like overdue rain. Each frame carries the signature of grace. Michael turns to you again, chosen one, this is the moment you keep still. The tide is turning in your favor, do not interrupt it with fear. And you realize, this silence isn't empty, it's sacred. The silence surrounding you right now isn't emptiness. It's a pause before revelation. The air feels thicker, alive, waiting for the sound of your breath to catch up with destiny. Every heartbeat is echoing in the halls of heaven, marking the moment your story begins to shift. The lights around you may not flicker, but energy is moving, a pulse that hums through the invisible. Archangel Michael is still beside you, his sword lowered now, the battle finished. The vibration that once felt like pressure is turning into peace. Jesus steps closer, his presence feels like warmth spilling through the cold corners of your spirit. His eyes meet yours, and suddenly you remember, you were never abandoned, not even for a second. Every unanswered prayer was waiting for this alignment. Stay here and tack, because something inside you is unlocking. What was once hidden behind confusion is being replaced with crystal clear guidance. The fog is lifting, and the path is revealing itself step by step. You are not watching this by accident, heaven scheduled this exact minute. The time you pressed play, the space you are sitting in, even the temperature around you, all of it is synchronized. The universe bends slightly to make sure you don't miss what's coming next. Michael raises a sealed parchment glowing like molten gold. This, he says, is the record of what you were meant to become before fear rewrote it. As he breaks the seal, light spills out like 1,000 suns compressed into one breath. Inside are fragments of your true timeline. Moments of victory you haven't lived yet. You can see glimpses, a door opening in an unexpected place, a message arriving at the perfect hour, your own laughter sounding free again. Jesus watches as the scroll unfolds. Every delay had purpose, he whispers. Every detour protected you from destruction. You realize now that every closed door was a detour toward preservation, not punishment. The air starts to shimmer again, not from heat, but from presence. You can almost hear wings brushing through the stillness, rearranging the particles of your surroundings. Every sound, every shadow begins to feel holy. Michael speaks once more, his tone both tender and commanding. Chosen one, heaven needs your focus. The next few days will be sacred ground. Do not let doubt erase what's being written right now. You nod within your spirit because something deeper than logic understands. This isn't superstition, this is alignment. The feeling inside you isn't fear, it's recognition. Jesus steps forward and places his hand above your heart. Let go, he says gently, of the memory that taught you to shrink. The ache that once lived there begins to dissolve like ice meeting dawn. Heaven is recording your response, not in words, but in willingness. Every time you choose to trust instead of panic, the balance tilts toward blessing. You're not earning love, you're remembering it. Michael's armor catches the light as he turns toward you. From this moment, every shadow will retreat before your name, he declares. You can feel the authority in his voice vibrating through your bones. A subtle wind moves across the space you're in, and for a second, you smell rain, fresh, clean, like new beginnings. The atmosphere itself is testifying that transformation has started. The moment you stayed changed everything again. Heaven has now begun its motion in real time, unseen doors shifting, paths realigning, people being positioned. You are no longer in waiting. You are in transition, standing on the edge of fulfillment that has already started breathing. A sound passes through your spirit, low, electric, steady. It is the hum of divine machinery turning back on after years of silence. Archangel Michael looks at you, a faint smile forming beneath the blaze of light surrounding him. Now you will see, he says, voice deep and certain, what was promised behind closed heavens. The atmosphere bends at his words, like creation itself obeys. The scroll in his hand unfolds wider, revealing sentences written in living fire. Each line is your future, every one illuminated by grace. You watch as your name intertwines with words like joy, provision, reunion, and peace. Jesus steps beside you, his expression calm yet overflowing with tenderness, the air around him thick with comfort. Look closer, he says softly, pointing to the center of the light. There you see a reflection, your reflection, standing strong, eyes fearless, heart unbroken. The vision shows you free of every weight that once pulled you down. Your soul remembers that version, it's the one heaven has been guarding. Every struggle was meant to carve you back into this truth. Michael lowers his sword, now shining with ease instead of war. He whispers, "The battle was never for power, it was for remembrance." And instantly you feel the meaning, that your worth was never lost, only forgotten beneath survival. The peace entering you now feels permanent, not borrowed. Stay with me intact, do not rush this calm. Because right here, heaven is closing the gap between promise and proof. Even time pauses, as if honoring the ceremony of your becoming. Jesus turns toward the unseen horizon, where morning light begins to rise. Every hidden thing that belongs to you will find you again, he declares. His voice carries through realms, rearranging circumstances you haven't even reached yet. The message reaches homes, hearts, and systems that once denied you. Emails will shift, voices will change, paths will open, not because you forced it, but because heaven authorized it. The alignment is final. Michael steps forward again, energy wrapping around his words like thunder disguised as mercy. Chosen one, do not look for signs in panic. Signs will now follow you in peace. And suddenly you understand, manifestation isn't hunting, it's magnetism. A warmth spreads through your chest, your pulse synchronizes with something eternal. Everything that once felt distant now feels near. This is divine proximity, the space where heaven and earth meet in your favor. Jesus moves his hand and light rains gently, each drop leaving clarity behind. Memories that hurt now lose their sting. Every betrayal, every delay, every misunderstanding becomes compost for the garden blooming inside you. Michael looks toward you one last time for tonight. The message has been delivered, he says, but the revelation will continue when you wake. His wings fold, golden dust falling in slow spirals that settle like blessing. The air cools, the room steadies, and you realize, nothing will ever feel the same. Because you didn't skip. Because you stayed till the end. The first seconds after you wake tomorrow will already feel different. The air will seem softer, like it remembers your name. You won't have to force joy, it will meet you halfway, as if it had been waiting behind the night. Small things will begin to glow, the mug in your hand, the sun sliding across the wall, the message that arrives at the exact minute you need it. Nothing about this is random, it's heaven confirming the shift. You crossed from delay into alignment, and the universe knows. Archangel Michael appears again, though quieter now, his wings folded in rest. He says, "Today is not about battle, it's about evidence." The vibration around you steadies, thicker with purpose than sound. Jesus walks beside you, calm as dawn after the storm. His words feel more like a melody than a sentence, now the unseen becomes visible. You feel something in your chest settle, the peace that used to run from you has finally sat down. Stay here intact, because what comes next unfolds slowly, like a sunrise that refuses to rush. The first proof will come through people, a call, a reconnection, a voice you didn't expect to hear. Their tone will be softer, heaven will speak through their gentleness. The second proof will come through timing. Moments that used to collapse will suddenly align without effort. The right doors will open quietly, without knocking or pleading. And the third proof will arrive through your own stillness. You'll notice that panic doesn't fit anymore. Your energy will only rise when peace is near, not chaos. Michael watches with satisfaction. He murmurs, this is restoration without struggle. The sentence feels like a seal, final, glowing, irreversible. You might see repeating numbers, familiar names, or songs that follow you through the day. Each one is a thread in the fabric of confirmation. The heavens no longer whisper, they echo. Jesus tilts his head, a soft smile playing at the corner of his lips. Do you see? He asks, not for answer but recognition. And you do, life itself has begun to obey your healed vibration. Every past wound is now a gate for light to enter. What once felt like punishment was always preparation. The pattern is finally visible, nothing was wasted. You breathe differently now, deeper, steadier, lighter. The weight that sat in your spine for years lifts like mist. You stand taller without even trying, because grace has rewritten your posture. Michael steps behind you, placing his hand between your shoulders. You are protected in forward motion, he says. His touch sends warmth spiraling through your back, courage through your veins. Heaven isn't asking you to predict, it's asking you to trust. You don't have to chase what's already walking toward you. All you need is presence, the sacred attention that keeps miracles visible. Jesus turns one last time toward you before fading into light. Remember, he says, you can't lose us, you can only forget we're near. And then his glow merges with the morning around you. The morning rises, but it doesn't just bring light, it brings awareness. Every sound, every color, every movement feels sharpened, almost divine. You realize this isn't another ordinary day, this is the afterglow of alignment. The atmosphere around you hums with quiet intelligence. Doors you once ignored now seem to call your name. Even the air feels like it carries instructions written in peace. Archangel Michael's presence lingers in the corner of your vision, gentle but undeniable. His wings ripple in the unseen, leaving trails of golden current that weave through your path. He says, the world has noticed your shift, creation now responds to your frequency. You walk forward and everything cooperates, timing, traffic, conversations, even silence. Nothing resists you anymore because heaven already went ahead and leveled the way. This is what divine momentum feels like. Jesus' voice follows softly through the day. It doesn't thunder, it breathes. Walk slowly, he says, for every step is sacred now. You feel it, the floor beneath your feet recognizing the weight of purpose. The coffee in your cup, the stranger's smile, the song from the passing car, all carry the same signature, confirmation. Heaven is answering back through the ordinary. Your intuition sharpens to near clarity. Before you even reach the crossroads, you know which direction holds peace. Michael whispers, that's guidance, not guessing. The path glows faintly with invisible rhythm. It's not about speed anymore, it's about alignment with grace. You move at heaven's tempo, slow enough to notice miracles, steady enough to never lose them. By afternoon, signs start appearing like divine winks. A number repeats, a phrase resurfaces, an opportunity you forgot returns with better timing. The pattern is unmistakable, restoration, not coincidence. Michael watches, pleased. You've stopped surviving, he says. You're remembering how to live in promise. The statement lands deep, a calm so solid it feels like home. Jesus adds, the world mirrors your inner weather now. And suddenly you understand, peace inside creates order outside. The storm you feared was never external, it was a reflection waiting to be healed. Every vibration around you starts echoing your calm. Even the people who once misunderstood you now begin to soften, drawn by the stability radiating from your spirit. It's not persuasion, it's presence. As night approaches, the sky itself feels personal, almost intimate. Stars flicker like signatures of what's yet to come. You sense that heaven is writing new chapters while you rest. Michael kneels beside you, his voice lower, steady as flame. Guard your light, he says, but do not hide it. The world needs to see what healed looks like. His wings rise, scattering quiet blue sparks into the night. Jesus stands behind him, looking toward your tomorrow. Love will find you, he says, not through pursuit but through alignment. You believe him, because everything else he promised already arrived. The night closes, not in darkness but in completion. You are no longer the one who almost skipped, you are the one who stayed. And heaven remembers those who stay.